Hello, everyone out there listening.
Out where you're the one that's out there. They are listening for you to you from inside.
What if they
Why
are
did
on?
you give me this thing to eat too?
What if they are on the bus? They are out there. What if they are walking in the park? Hello, everyone. Whoever is listening to us on this lovely day of our Lord, we don't know the day and time you'll be listening, but anyway, it's good to know that you're out there listening to our rambles about our struggles, our experiences as widows. And as you know, this is Unfiltered Convo with Affi and
Funmi.
I am the Funmi, she's the Affi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Just in case this is your first time. So today, Affi. No, put that.
It.
Oh,
I'm
Lord.
just noticing this
Affi.
now. Look at it. It's
I'm cutting
lovely.
it now.
Oh, and it has Jesus. too,
Jesus
which
in
is
it.
good.
Will you please focus on the matter at hand?
Oh, did we tell you guys
No.
that we are Jesus girls?
Yes.
as
okay,
well in
okay.
in
If
all
that's
of
what she
this,
wants
you
to
know.
talk about, that's fine. Yes, we are.
So we talk about this conversation because, first of all, it's sharing our experiences because we're widows and immigrants who moved from Nigeria to the UK. Now, we didn't know ourselves beforehand.
We met here.
Just met here, and coincidentally, we're going through the same situation. We both have 2 children each as well, except she has boys, I have girls.
Funny. Shouldn't it have been mixed up like one girl, one boy, one girl, one boy?
And
But
you
God
wanna
has a
swap?
funny sense of. I'm not sure I want to do that.
Yeah, well, that's true. Anyways, so we just came together to talk about our experiences and hoping that these experiences will help you as you go through your life, especially if you're a single person or a widow or widower.
Yeah.
Especially those who are immigrants as well here. I mean, it's really for everyone. I've had some people stop me and they're like, Affi, I listened to your program. Married people this time or singles, and they're like, I enjoy it. I like it, you know.
There's a mutual friend of ours, you remember, who said something about listening to it and encouraging his wife as well to
Yes.
listen for personal reasons that we do not want to share.
But the thing is, the wife was like,
why are you making me
are
listen?
you going to die or something?
Yeah.
Because it's widows, you know. He's like, no. There's just a lot of things that you can learn from it,
Absolutely.
aside from, you know, the people talking about it just being widows. So
Yeah, I'm being weird, I'm being quirky, I'm being funny like that.
yeah.
Well, she's funny, I am weird.
Stubborn. Weird.
Stubborn, bitty bow.
Naughty. Anyways, today we're going to be talking about something that we've kind of touched on, you know, but because someone made a request, a special listener, so we're going to be touching on that thing again, but from another perspective. So if you've been listening for the past couple of weeks, we've done red flags, you know.
Yeah.
And then when we talked about the red flags, we're talking about if you're going to be dating again, then red flags you need to look out for that you can't ignore. And then the week after, I think we now focused on green flags. But then someone sent a message in. Let me read it quickly.
On our YouTube channel, right?
Yeah, on our YouTube channel. And it's unfilteredconvo.mp4. Please look out for us on unfilteredconvo.mp4. Follow us. Please subscribe, like the page, share with others, make your comments. We love it because we'd love to hear how what we're doing is impacting you, okay?
I think the best feeling I get is seeing people comment. I think it's beyond, because sometimes I feel that some people could watch halfway and then stop. But if someone is commenting, it just shows the level to which they engage with what we are saying and the level to which it resonates with them.
Yeah.
So please, we would like to read from you. Care to drop your comments in the comment section under our videos. Yeah.
I mean, talking about comments, you know, a few that really caught my attention that I loved, and you know, I'm like, ooh, really? Thank you. You know, like this one says, I love watching you two. It's like a TV show. You are so real, raw. I'm sure this will be really useful to others too. Bravo. And then we had this one that says from Okay, that was from Ademi. And then Ajilo Rebanwo says, great session, my people.
Yeah.
And then we had Nkari Okoro saying, interesting. Truly, one needs to know what is not and what is for a relationship. Being a workaholic is also a red flag. Oh, in a way.
I would like that person to talk about what they mean exactly.
I'm working on that aspect of me.
You mean like you're
I am working on that aspect of me as
hours
well.
of the day and the week working.
Like you, yes, like even if it's night, you've come back from work, you've done the house things and all of that, and then you find yourself picking up the laptop and still, some last minute things you need to quickly finish up. 12 midnight, you're still on it. I could be like that. I really could be like that.
I think
So
tuning off is kind of very difficult, especially if you're the only person, the only present parent. So yeah, you might not find the balance there. But anyway, yeah, if that's a turn up for the person, I would not disagree.
well, let me just, because of time, this comment that is making us do this particular episode is from Tony Bionde, and he says, excellent as always, ladies. Thank you. Would be interesting to hear what you think are some red flags men should look out for from a woman's perspective.
So what does it mean exactly? Like things that men.
So red flags that men should be on the lookout for. We spoke about red flags from our perspective as far if you're a woman that wants to date a guy and the guy is like this. I mean, we did try to balance whether you're a man or a woman, but we spoke mostly from our point of view.
Yeah.
And one of the things, remember, that I talked about was this ironing thing. If your your
That got
clothes
a bit
always
of-
crumpled. Oh my
Why
god.
were people reacting or responding to that?
Yes,
Yeah.
we got a lot of comments about I don't have
Besides,
iron
Why
or
should that even be a red flag for you? I still don't understand it, but we're not talking about it today.
okay.
We're not talking about it today.
No,
So you
no,
iron this,
no.
you iron this. Like you brought out the iron.
Does it
and
not
slowly
look?
this.
Does it not look? I have two irons in the house. Just
I
so
don't.
you know.
I don't iron, except it's like Ankara or lace, the traditional dress, which might be rumpled, and that is the extent to which I can go. But this one's no.
No, it's not always. But the thing is, if it's like I have another denim shirt like this that's a different color, and I actually put it on. I thought I was kind of rumpled, and then I was like, "No, I can't wear this. It's too rumpled. It needs
Okay.
ironing," and I dropped it. I mean, just look neat. It's not as if you have to have that straight jacket ironing that's all starched up, and it's making you look like this.
See, I'm looking at you. So what are the red flags? So this person wants us to consider what the red flags could be that a woman has that men should be wary of, or they should.
Yeah, and I think we should actually talk about it from a widow's perspective. When I say widow's perspective, like if you want to date a widow, if you're a man that you're looking out for a widow to date, things that you need to look out for. I think we should be able to talk from that perspective because we cannot talk from a general women's perspective, but then from someone who's a widow.
Okay.
And it would be nice to see, okay, these are the things that if you see those things, they could be red flags. They could be, the operative word being, could be red flags.
Yes. So what are the things you consider as red flag for a man?
Okay, so now, if you're a man, you want to date a widow. If she's a perpetual mourner, I mean, there is nothing wrong with mourning your spouse that's, dead. But you see, when it's already 2 years, 3 years, and you're still in that morose state, where you're always looking, I mean, you're a pretty girl or pretty lady, but then you're always like in a sad state, always looking depressed, always like going into a mood swing because of that. For me, I think it's something that you need to be careful of as a man, because as much as the hurt is there, but life still goes on. Especially if you have children, would you always be in a depressed state with your children there? You'd need to, get yourself, get up, get out of it at some point. It doesn't mean you're not missing the person, but you cannot keep yourself in a perpetual state of mourning.
Can I add that mourning has no timeline?
No?
There's no timeline to mourning. There are people that are still doing it 5 years. So when you say
Yeah,
2
true.
years, it
I
makes
mean,
you feel like
it's 5 years for me.
it's you just have this short period of time within which to mourn, and
No.
most of the time anyway, mourning is forever. You could be all right in the fifth year, and then something happens. It just undoes every little good work that has taken place in your life.
You
But
know what I'm trying to, because what's the meaning of mourning if we actually talk about mourning now? Because there's a difference between missing the person and it puts you in a sad state, you know?
yeah,
But then when you're mourning, that's a state of where you cannot get a hold of your joy is stolen totally. You know, like when you first of all
the dark
got
clouds
exactly
of
that
sadness.
just happened at that, you know, when it just happened, you're in that state at that point. And then you've done 1 year, 2 years,
You're still in
you know,
denial.
and you're still in that
in
state.
shock, you're still angry.
Do you get? So you're trying to date, but then you're still in that, holding on to that bitterness, that sadness, that darkness, you know.
I'm not even sure that someone in that state would be open to dating. However, I know
You'll be
that there are
shocked.
some people. No, we should not confuse dating now with maybe being out there to look for sexual partners, because there are some people I've read about a widow who just started sleeping around because that was her way of processing the loss of her husband. So the caveat is this: if you notice that a woman is still in the past, she's still stuck in the past, I would say, like, for instance, I remember after the first year, and that wasn't me saying that I was done with mourning, but after the first year of my own journey, I was still wearing my wedding rings. And I just thought to myself one day, I think I just raised my hand and the thing just flashed in front of me in the mirror. I was like, wait, you know, when they say till death do us part, the rings are like the symbol of our vows to one another. And then I'm still wearing these rings. What am I saying? That I'm still married to my dead husband. Of course, death has parted us, so that is no longer existing. So I did not remove the ring because I felt that I'm passing the message across to available men that I am available now myself. I think I just removed it because I was thinking to myself, I think now I believe I'm living a lie because the marriage is no longer in existence.
True.
However, I think going forward, after like a few more years, in my mind, I'm like, I'm ready now. I wasn't ready then. I could not have been ready in 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, if we are being honest. Like, you want to move forward. But that ring was, for me, the first step. So I think if you have a widow that 10 years into after the husband's passing, she still has her rings. In fact, 20 years, she still has her rings. Don't bother. Because as far as she's concerned, that's her soul. She's still tied to that person, and there's nothing you can do about it. So that is one indicator anyway. So if you have a perpetual mourner, please, I don't know what you're doing with that person. Don't bother. She's not ready. And it does not mean that you are not perfect yourself. She's just not ready. She's not ready to be with you.
Yeah. And, you know, sometimes because we're in this, you know, women are in this mourning state, and I've noticed that the women usually mourn longer than the men.
Yeah.
So you find out that some people actually would create this shrine, like they would erect some kind of shrine for their late husband.
Edifice.
It could be a picture, you know, or it could be
some of his possessions.
you know, possessions, and don't touch it. If you
Or
touch
a
it, they
corner
could
in
get
the house
furious.
where she is dedicated to keeping his memory alive. And it's like, you don't go there.
Don't go there.
You
Don't
move
touch
anything
it.
there. So because we approach these things differently. So if you're involved with someone like that, I think it will be very difficult for you to convince her that the next best thing that should be in her life. So maybe that's a red flag as well. That's another red flag, right?
Yeah, really,
Yeah.
you know, and that could even mean that the person probably doesn't see you in her future, you know, because if you've dated for like a year and you find out that this widow is still living in her past, you know, and or she talks about the future and there's just not you included in it. And this is one of the things we talked about even when we talked about the red flags generally. We're like, if you're a widow that wants to date again and the guy talks about things, talks about future plans, makes it and does not include you in it, then it's a red flag. And it's just the same thing with the other way around.
So this would be like what a third point, because someone who doesn't see you in her future, who is making plans, maybe to travel somewhere, to relocate somewhere, and is probably not considering you or situating you in the probable future, then maybe it's time to look for someone else. However, I need to say this though. That doesn't mean widows are not decent people to want to date. Just know that it's not every
we're just talking
widow
about
that is dateable.
yeah. We're just talking about red flags, or it's not even about dateable. It's more about they're not ready at that point. You would know when a widow is ready to date or ready to move on with you or not.
Yes.
And it's no point trying to force her or push her out of her comfort zone, because if she's not in her comfort zone, or if she's not comfortable, going out to date or starting a new relationship, there's nothing you can do about it.
I agree.
And we've seen situations. I have had it too, where my friends are like, Affi, you need to move on. Affi, you need to go out. You need to like date. You need to just, as in, you need to come out. You can't just keep, And I'm like, okay, let me see and try. And then I find out that, babe, I'm not ready.
Yeah.
I'm not ready. And I withdraw again,
So I would give this example as well, which is personal. I remember relocating here was kind of like starting afresh, right? So I did that in 2022. And I remember that one of the things I did in 2022, I said it in one of our previous episodes. Yeah. We're having chocolate cake, by the way.
Sorry.
So in one of our previous episodes, I did say that there was something I saw on Twitter at the time. It was Twitter at the time. Now it's X. That this woman was venting about how it's very difficult to find people men approaching you in the UK, because everyone is busy minding their own business. Like, you can't be walking on the street and someone says, hello, I love you, I like you. No, that happens where we come from, but not in the
Although
UK.
they could tell you, oh, you look beautiful,
nice. Yeah,
I like your hair. I always get that I like your hair thing, or, oh, look at your color or something,
Hardly would you find anyone parking to admire you or to say, oh, can I have your digits or something like that. But this lady now said, if you're going to even get that, then you're going to have to get online, which is dating, on dating apps. So out of curiosity, I just signed up for a couple of the dating apps. At the time, I remember it was late 2022, and that was when I was exploring dating apps, and I also had a friend that was encouraging me. But the reason why there were a few men, but the reason why I wasn't particularly interested, I found out that the reason why I was sort of developing cold feet, or just giving them the cold shoulder, even after I'd been responsive to the chats, was I found out, if I was being honest with myself, that I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready to move forward at the time. But if you look at 2025 now, you're ready, aren't you?
Okay, you feel readier then.
I feel readier. So the point is, it gets to a point that you're ready. But if you meet the woman at the point when she's not ready,
true,
you could be wasting your time, and you could meet her at a terrible moment in her life where it feels as if she's just ghosting you, or she's not being responsive. It's not true. She's just not at that emotional state yet to want to say, I want to commit to a new relationship now, or I want to forget about my past and move into the future. So that's what I'm saying about readiness.
The fact is, there was a time when I couldn't imagine myself kissing someone else. Do you get? Or someone else just touching me.
Yeah.
And I felt I had this aversion to being touched. And all the, it went all the way to, even if my kids, my children want to like hug me for too long, I'm like, okay, that's enough, and I like, because I just didn't want to be touched,
I get that.
It's not as if I don't like it or something, but it's just me at that point, at that
reminder of
period
what
that
you don't have.
I just didn't want it. So it's
didn't want
best
that level
for
of
the
intimacy.
person, it's best for you to allow the person, the widow, get ready. I know some of them need a nudge, but don't push them. Give them nudge, give them prompts, encourage them, pray for them.
Yeah.
Pray for them, because
If you're
it's
friends
so much
to
more
them, pray
difficult
for
for
them.
women, widows to move on,
Yes.
to leave again, really. It's so much more difficult than it is for the men. So pray for them. they need your prayers. Pray for us.
Please pray for us, even as we are ready. Pray for us. Thank you. Anyway, another red flag for me, I think, is if a woman is toxic. If a woman is
When you say toxic, what exactly do you mean?
a toxic woman is a woman that
Always gets
she
upset.
sucks up
bitter.
every positive air around you. She's always quarrelsome. She's cantankerous. You find it difficult to have decent conversations. She holds the past over your head like this. Every little mistake is an issue, and you just don't feel yourself around her. You feel yourself shrinking around her, and if you're seeing the early signs, just caution yourself a bit before you get overly optimistic or enthusiastic about the person, that maybe this person is not the right person for you. So they might be widows, but if they are toxic, if they are pretty toxic, I don't think you should be in a relationship with a person like that.
May I just add that if there is, that's on the borderline of being toxic.
Okay.
If you get this constant comparison to her ex, it's a red flag, seriously.
What do
And
you
I'm not
mean?
going to say it could be. I would say it's a red flag where you're doing, something, and there's this, if, for example, Akan was doing it this way, or
Why are you not doing it this
as
way?
in, yes, or even if the person doesn't mention that, why, you're like, okay, always wanting you to do it in a certain way, and you're like, but why can't I do it this way? And you feel, and it's like, oh, it's because, and that's the way we used to do it when, come on.
Okay, so it's
a
like
new-
it's a new
listen.
life now. It's
Seriously,
a new
because
relationship.
it reminds me of when you just recently got married, and maybe in your house on Sundays you were used to eating pounded yam or something. Nigeria, even here, we have the British on Sundays, they love their roasts, and stuff. So you're used to a certain maybe roast or something, and you in your house you're used to rice on Sunday,
Yes.
cooking rice on Sunday, anything, and then you come together and you decide what tradition, and then you're coming in with, we have to do roast this Sunday, every Sunday is a roast thing, and then the other person is like, oh, but I would rather have rice, and then it becomes an issue because both of you are at loggerheads because you don't want to bow, to
I mean,
this thing and all.
there's some
But-
traditions that this person used to have with your husband.
Do you get
And-
and wants to bring it to you and expects that you have to do it the same way?
Okay.
No, because this is a new thing.
I can
So
take
you have
that.
to develop new things together.
I can take that.
You know?
However, I want to say that if you talk about comparing with your ex, and this person that's in your life now is doing just the bare minimum as a woman now, and then your ex is doing over the bare minimum, is doing absolutely more, I think there might be room for comparison. But if you're talking about maybe family traditions,
What do you mean by room for comparison? When you agreed to date this person, you guys were dating, you saw that this person couldn't do like your person was doing, your ex, your late husband was doing. I think it's a red flag. It's going to create problem because when it looks like, or it feels like you're living in the past, and you're thinking that, I mean, it could even be an ex, like maybe the person went through a divorce or something. So does that mean that we have to do things the way you were doing it with your former
that's what I'm
wife or
saying,
your
that
former husband?
what you're saying now has to do with like traditions
No, it's not just about
in
traditions.
in the house.
No, it's not just about that. It's just basically, do not compare me with that person that's gone. I'm a different person. Let's start our own thing.
mean, don't
Let me follow my pace while you have your pace. Do you get?
Okay.
Let's form our thing together. I cannot be ironing clothes like your late was ironing clothes. You get?
Yeah.
Because I'm a
You
different
can't be
person.
changing
I have
bulbs.
my own.
Are you speaking for the
I
men
can't be
now?
changing, but yes, we're talking. This is for men. We're
Yeah.
talking about red flags for
You're
men.
actually wearing a denim. So, you're speaking for the men.
No, but
today.
seriously, so look,
I get your point.
when you're dating a widow and you get this constant comparison to her late husband, it's a red flag you need to be careful of. Otherwise, by the time you get married, all of this, it will in future, whether marriage or not, it will turn toxic, because you constantly want to match up to whatever it is or whoever it is she's comparing you to, and you just can't. You will not be able to, because that is not you. So can you both be natural with each other? Can you both be yourselves?
I think it also boils down to the two of you, both the widow and the person, whether it's like widow now that wants to date the widow or whoever, also have to understand that they are both new personalities in a new relationship. So while there might be a bit of the old in the person, you have to approach the relationship as if I am a new person, I'm a new being. While my experience probably would have shaped me, made me feel different, we should learn to treat other people on their merits. However, that is not to say that if anybody is being shitty or is terrible as a partner, you should not decide to ask them. I don't mean to kill them. I mean, please. I meant to say, no, I'm not doing. However, like we're saying, if the partner that you are hoping to have or that you have keeps comparing you to a late husband and you cannot seem to match up, it's not a good place to be. Yes.
Move it, move it, move it.
Move it. So what's the fifth point?
Are you sure we've not done more than 50? Let's just
No.
roll out the points, basically.
Because it will help whoever is listening to know that they might look like they are flowing into one another, but they are separate points. If you are liking or aspiring to like or to be in a relationship, or you're in a relationship with a woman that is completely controlling, overly controlling, terribly controlling, 100% controlling. What do we mean by controlling?
You sure? You sure? Wanting to always be the one in charge. It has to be my way and no other way. Wanting to always be the one that wins, whether it's an argument or, you're basically like, it's got to be my way. I've got to do things my point of view, every time.
It has to
don't
be
do
mine.
It like this, do it. Why not do it like this, And you're not
hearing
why
the man.
not?
Why not is like you're giving the person a choice of saying,
sometimes
okay,
the thing is, sometimes it could be subtle control.
Do it my way.
No, that's the thing. Sometimes it could be subtle control.
Right.
Not that the person, subtle control in the sense that you're not commanding, but then you find out that you're always like wanting the thing to come your way, even if it's in a nice way, like
we can't have our way.
just always
we can't have our
happening.
way all the time. It's impossible more than half of the time to get what we want. However, if the woman is terribly controlling and you are a man that also likes to be a bit on the winning side when it comes to argument,
when I go fight, seriously, you will clash, Saya.
Best thing is not to stress yourselves, both emotionally and psychologically. So I think that's a red flag. Also, if you are in a relationship or you happen to like someone who does not have boundaries, who will not give you space to be yourself or space to just continually evolve, or the person is too clingy, or the person is heavily reliant or dependent on you, oh my god, I think there's a problem there. And what we mean by this is someone that does not give you space to be in your own space. I believe this for a fact, that every one of us as human beings, we need a space to, I'm not saying that go out, but you need a space to breathe freer. Like not all the time, constant. Oh, what are you doing now?
Can't always be together.
What are you doing now?
Always chatting every time.
Yeah,
with you.
where are you? I need to know what you're doing every time. The person is calling in 30 minutes.
That's like being controlling as well.
And then the person is doing 3 hours video call, 4 hours video. You can't do
anything. You're not going to work, exactly.
Even as you're sleeping. They are still on call. Hey, I don't know what to say. I just don't think that is healthy.
I have this friend that says, as in, if you're my girlfriend, as in, and you expect me to be talking to you every day, why? For what? Why must I talk to you every day? How? Then you're not ready. You're not ready for a relationship. You don't have work to do. Don't you have work to do? And I'm like, there's a balance to this thing, because when this person is overly clingy, wanting to always be heavily dependent on you, it shows there's a level of emotional instability that's going on, that
absolutely.
you need to work on. So that person needs to grow up. that person has not attained that stability emotionally, and something needs to be done about it.
Yes, because if somebody is too reliant on you or too dependent on you, they want you to replace everything and everybody else in their lives. For instance, some people start relationships and they forget that they have friends. Some people start relationships and they are paying less attention to their children. No, nobody should come into your life.
Or less attention to God.
No,
seriously, because you start a relationship, you find out that you're not reading your Bible as much as you're calling this dude.
No, that is bad. Or you're not thinking about God the way
you're not even praying. Yes, 10 o'clock when you're supposed to be praying, or 11 o'clock, because you're talking on the phone. So you're no more doing your 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock prayer or praise again,
Anyone that comes into your life should be an addition, not somebody that prevents you from doing all these other things, or that prevent other people who have been in existence in your life from continuing to subsist in your life. So if you are in that kind of relationship, I believe that it's a red flag. So there has to be balance.
It's a red.
What's this flag, now? Kukuma remove my leave my jumper alone. And it's not completely red. There's white there. Why didn't you say it's a white flag?
No.
As we were saying. I believe this particular point that we're about to raise now, Affi disagrees with me.
Okay, raise the point.
She disagrees because we've talked about this before. I said that a red flag, as if I am a man and there's a woman who I am interested in, and the woman does not have a job. And it's not only that she does not have a job, because circumstances could arise when maybe she just lost her job. But she doesn't have a job. She doesn't care to get a job. She doesn't want to earn a living. She's depending on other people to give her things, to give her benefits, to charity, whatever, to be a charity case. And then she's opening up her heart for a benevolent man, like Boaz in the Bible. If you are familiar with the story of Ruth and Boaz, you know that
Naomi.
Boaz Naomi no, but Boaz and Ruth now, because that's the romantic dynamics in that particular chart.
I need to sweeten my mouth for this discussion. So this particular one.
What I'm saying is, if the woman is now opening up her heart for a Boaz and saying, I want, because the Boaz in the Bible that we're talking about was a wealthy man. It was an older man. He had never married before. He was wealthy. He had his own, farm? He had his own land and everything. Yeah. So he was
unlimited
doing really
company.
Well. And you are saying that as the woman who does not have a job, you are waiting for that Boaz. For a man, I think. But
that's Esther was waiting for Boaz now.
Esther was not waiting for Boaz.
Esther went to the farm.
It's Ruth.
Sorry, I said Esther. Don't vex, Zeri. Ruth was waiting for Boaz. Ruth knew that Boaz was this very, very rich man. Ruth took herself to the farm where Boaz was, where Boaz owned. She did not go and look for work. She went there and she was garnering from the seeds that were falling when they were doing harvest. That's the one she was picking. So what are you saying? See, I get your point to an extent where the girl does not want to work at all and she's, just living on charity. But okay, I mean, like, of course not, However, if it's someone that's usually used to, like working and all of that, and then you have a man who is a Boaz in your life and decides that, and you decide, look, you know what? I would like to be a kept woman. I don't think I really want to work again. As in, when I say work, like I don't want to do like the external work, but I'm ready to work in your home, in your life, in our family, taking care of our home, building it, be the Proverbs 31, inside the house woman. Be a kept woman. Why not? Why must you be going out for a 9-to-5 job or a 12-hour shift? That's, I don't get it.
May I just say?
Okay.
That idea of Ruth that you have in your head, it's completely wrong. Because this Ruth that was in the Bible,
I don't know if there are two Ruths.
This particular one that we are talking about, the Bible said that she went out because she wanted
It's
to
my
Ghana.
Bible.
Go and look for your Bible. She wanted to go and work so that she could sustain her mother-in-law and herself. She was
wanted
in
to go
a
and
strange
work
man's
where?
land. She just went out to the
She
field.
went
She
to
did
Boaz
not.
field. Naomi sent her to that field.
Naomi did not send her to that
Eh?
field.
She
It
went.
was
No,
the
wait,
first
wait,
chapter
wait.
when she
Sorry.
was saying
No,
she
wait.
should go.
She didn't go. No, Naomi didn't
She
send her to
just
the field. I
went
remember.
out. It was
I know.
just coincidental
Yes, I remember.
that-
She went to the field, but she wasn't in the field to work. She was in the field, and while they were doing
What do you
the
mean she wasn't
harvest,
there to work? She was there to do what? Cross her legs?
while the harvest was going on, there were some of the things, the seeds that were
applaud you.
falling, and she packed some of it. She packed some of the things that was put in this in the whatever, and then that was when Boaz told her, you know what, keep coming. Told his field people, give her this
Why
woman,
did-
allow
why-
her to pick not just the one that is falling from the side.
Why did you
but
think
from-
Boaz? Why did you think she got Boaz's attention? Because she was working.
Because
Don't-
she's beautiful.
the Bible didn't tell us about her.
I like
looks.
teasing you.
Please.
I get your point. We're not talking about okay, this is not about the Bible thing now, but I just get the point where both of us kind of disagree on the point of
She
being a
wants
kept
the
woman.
woman to be. She
I'm not
doesn't
like-
mind the idea of being a
No,
kept woman.
don't. Yes,
Of a
that's the
woman
thing.
being kept.
I don't mind it if
What do
you
you
and
mean
your
being kept?
husband.
Like you just sit at
if
home and
you
not work?
no, now what do you mean? Do you know that to even take care of the house is that not work? What are you saying? To take care of the house alone is it not work?
You
To
don't
take care of
want-
the
you don't
children
want
is it not
an
work?
entrepreneurial kind of work.
You can do some
Self-employed
entrepreneurial thing
or 9 to
inside the
5.
house. It doesn't have to be a 9 to 5 job
Okay, 14-hour
outside.
shifts.
You can do it inside the house.
So what you're saying in essence
It's
is,
enough work cleaning.
Anyway,
you know that,
listen
right?
to me, please, brothers and the Boazes out there. Don't ignore her. What I'm saying is this: if there's a woman who is very lazy, she
That's
does not
different.
want to- it's the same thing.
No, it's not. A kept woman. You
Ruth
want to be a
was not
kept woman, and you're
woman.
not lazy.
Ruth was not lazy. A woman who is lazy, who doesn't want to work, and is just waiting, open-handed, open-hearted,
For
and
me,
open anywhere else.
if I told
waiting
you-
for you to come into her life, so that she won't have to work at all for the rest of her life.
For me, wait. If I told you now, you know the kind of person I am. If I told you now that if I meet a
Anyway,
man,
it's a red flag. Whatever. Huh? No, I know, of course. I know. I'm not saying that you be a kept woman. I'm just saying that on this point we do disagree. That don't be.
I'm not looking for lazy. Look, we're not talking about being lazy. For me, if you're a lazy person, if you meet a lazy person, you know, you can't even be a lazy person in this UK self, you know.
Exactly.
That's you can't
So
be a
what
lazy
you're
person.
saying, you'll be encouraging
But
the woman to not want to do anything.
No, that's not it. But if my
Okay.
man
Yeah.
has the money and
there's
has
nothing wrong with
the
that. We'll
wealth,
spend it together.
and we decide that,
In fact,
look,
we'll
you know
spend
what?
your own more.
Wait, see, we decide that, you know what? I don't want to be doing the 9 to 5 job. I don't want to be doing the work outside. I'd rather, like, let me be the stay-at-home mom, stay-at-home wife for you and everything. I want to be the kept woman. I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
Listen,
So
I
long
have
as
a
both
problem
of
with
you
this skeptics.
agree
I
to
have a
it.
problem with this skeptics.
Agree to it. This is not being lazy. There's a difference between being a lazy person
Let me
and
tell
being
you.
a woman who decides, whom you and your husband decide that, look, or who and you and your partner decide that you want. When I say partner, I mean like you're dating, because like okay, let me not go into that, but basically both of you have decided that, you know what, it's okay, I can take care of your needs, okay? Just stay home and everything. If you want to work from home and do your stuff, go ahead and do it. If you don't want to, I can take care of you, so long as you're not a lazy person, you're a good person. Come on. If I see someone that decides that, Affi, I'm going to do that for you, okay? You don't want, I will accept
I would never support a woman not to have her own.
So you will not support me?
Affi, I will not.
You will not
Because if
support
there's
me to be a
anything-
kept woman?
Let me tell you, if there's anything widowhood has taught me, it is this: you need to have your own job. If your husband
you need
dies
to,
on you,
no.
God forbid
You
that
need to
thing.
have your own money. It's not about you need to have your own job.
What are we now saying? We are saying the same thing. How would you get your money? From charity? From where?
You
From
don't
your
need
husband?
charity. Just have your money.
How would you get your money?
No, now you're talking about the process of how, as in it's this is we're talking about widow now. We're not talking about this thing. We're not talking about single girl.
Or at a single or at a widow. A woman, have your own money.
Have your own money. Yes,
your
have
own job.
have your source of income. That's
Don't
the
be
job.
thinking about being a kept woman. Because God forbid
Be-
bad thing. If the time
I'm a kept
should
woman
come,
by God. I am kept woman.
to God be the glory, great things He has done. Who is not a
I
kept?
think we need to.
Who is not a kept woman?
Let's round it off.
I beg.
You know what?
Now, the last one.
Oh, there's another point.
Yes, there's another point.
Okay.
Any woman who hides you from her family and friends,
Oh, yeah.
who does not want you to be seen, you should be invisible in her life. My dear, she's not proud of you. She's not interested in showing you off. Please.
I'm
That's
also
will
a
be a
bit
red
concerned
flag.
about this point, though.
What's concerning for you?
Come on now, this is not a fight.
I'm in a fight mode, though, but let me take
Yeah,
a bit of
sweeten your
cake
mood.
so that
No.
I can feel better.
So the thing is, sometimes we are widows. Sometimes there are cases where, because you do not want to offend the in-laws, or you're still trying to like get used to being with another man, so it's difficult for you to like showcase this person to family at the beginning, especially, you know. So I think there has to be an understanding there, and it's something that both of you can talk about. You can have that conversation, okay, so that you understand the point where this woman is coming from, and then you can talk about, okay, at whenever it is the right time for you to, or for me to meet your family, for me to meet people around you, that's fine. I mean, like friends is okay, but sometimes with family it could be a bit, you know, of an issue. So it's a bit dicey with that. So both of you just talk about it. So long as hiding you, maybe not use hiding, keeping you away from family, so long as it's not from the point of being ashamed of you or any other thing other than the fact that I'm just trying to get used to having a new man in my life. Then
okay, that makes sense. I wouldn't fault that as an argument.
We agreed on something.
You see that last one you say, I'm not taking keptness. I'm not taking keptness.
It's all right. Well, I hope you really learned a whole lot from this. Oh, did I say learned? No, please dash that. Don't learn anything from this. Just listen and enjoy. And if there are points to pick out from this, that's fine.
I
if
hope
there
you
aren't,
learn too.
no, you know why I don't like using learn? Because the thing is, we're not really here to teach. We're just here to share experiences, you know,
we can't
from
really
how,
teach, but we are
from what we've
sensible
experienced.
women now. I mean, there are things you can take away from us. Oh.
It's true,
Don't think that we are not.
Clock it.
Sensible women
Sensible
advising
women.
you on dating. Clock it, please.
All right. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Unfiltered Convo with Affi.
And wait for me.
And we hope to see you again. Just to say that we're actually coming to the end of the first season of Unfiltered Convo. We've done
How many
over 15 episodes already.
I think so.
Yeah, and that is amazing.
More recordings than we could.
Yeah, so
Than 15.
we hope to bring some more. You know, we're going to be bringing in guests as well to be a part of this, you know, conversation, to talk about their own experiences and talk about expert views on some of the things we're talking about. Because one of them is the fact that we know that widowhood, whether as a widower or a widow, sends you into addiction, you know, takes some people into addiction. So we're going to be bringing in some experts to talk about this as well. We're going to talk about the role of the church when it comes to being a widow or dealing with widows and widowers, you know, and a whole lot of things. So we look forward to you moving into the next season with us as well.
Yeah.
Thank you. Remember to subscribe, share, comment, and keep loving us on, okay?
Yes.
Keep listening.
And may I also say that we really, really appreciate you. I think that for people that keep listening or keep watching us consistently over the past few months, I think it makes us feel like we are not laboring in vain. Or we are not doing this. It's not a pet hobby for us or something. It means that we are actually making a difference, and people are somehow liking us and liking the things we say, for them to be listening to us. So I just want to say thank you so much. We are gladdened by your commitment to watching us. God bless you.
God bless you.
Much.
Love you. Jesus loves you as well.
Jesus loves you. Bye.